Welcome back, everyone. We're having another look at the Nicol Bolas Grixis control deck. I think this will be one of the last videos before the new Ravnica Legion set comes out. And when it does, I really want to include green in this. I still haven't got on all the lands in this deck yet, so we'll see if I'll be able to run that or if I'll have to run some guild gates and stuff in the meantime. But what I want to include are some why I'm looking to splash greens, because I want to have access to the black green removal that you get access to if you splash green. And also in Ravnica Legions there's a new split card coming out, which I forgot the name of, but which looks at the top. It's a sorcery for 1 mana, a blue or a green, and you can look at the 5 top cards of your library and put a creature or a land into your hand. And the other side of it is 3 mana, exile target creature, that player which owns the creature then puts a 3/3 token into play. So it's a big Pongify essentially, and I think that would work great in this deck. The thing is that this deck doesn't really struggle actually against control, but it will get even better matchup against control if the cast downs were able to hit planeswalkers as well, because planeswalkers are not a problem really, since we have the Eldest Reborn, but we would have an insane matchup against anything like Jeskai control with that kind of deck where we can remove anything in the green slot here, and also put the extra removal slots. They're not really meant to be used for removal, but if we need that extra removal, we got it in that split card. So I think that should be really nice. But for the time being, we're sticking with this list. We still got the the old champs in here. We got Pilfering Imps, 4 of them. Actually got 13 1-drops. I just realized that's nice and high. I really like having a lot of 1-drops. So 4 Pilfering Imps, 4 Curious Obsession, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Divest, 2 Duress. I went back and forth with it. I've gone up in Divest and down, and up in Duress and down, but I've settled in 2 and 2. It's so hard to know exactly how many of these that you need, but the thing that I realized is that you rarely want 2 of neither. Like if you have 2 Divest in your hand, that's usually bad, or if you have 2 Duress, that's usually bad, because a lot of the times if you have 2 Duress in your hand, it doesn't hit. It just hits the first time, and the second time you have to wait until they accumulate more cards, and that's not where you want to be with your Duresses. So having 2 of each I think is perfectly fine. The ideal scenario, you draw 1 Divest and 1 Duress, and you can remove any threats that they have in their hand, the best threats that they have in their hand. We also have a playset of Burglar Rat, which is one of the things that I'm like, if I have a Burglar Rat, I usually want to play it on turn 2. It's the usual turn 2 play. Sometimes I want to go with a freebooter, especially if the opponent opens up with blue mana, because then I know that there's a lot of things to grab from their hand, and I want to slow them down with a freebooter. And sometimes go for an Ascanta or an Azor Gateway. But in most cases I usually want to go for a Burglar Rat. And I think this card is really good in the current meta with a lot of things that it actually kills, and with the sword and obsession, of course. It might seem weird, like why would you put obsession on a Burglar Rat, but I actually think it's one of the best targets, because if you put it on Burglar Rat, let's say they're tapped out, you put it on Burglar Rat and you draw a card, then even if they remove the Burglar Rat, you've already gained the value back. So them killing a Burglar Rat is never a big deal for you, because the Burglar Rat has already done its thing. Moving on, we've got 4 Kite Sailors, Kite Sail freebooters, which means that we usually don't need that many Duresses. I tried for some time to have 4 Duresses in here, but with Kite Sail freebooter and Duresses, you usually, you're able to pick everything in their hand that is a non-creature card, so you don't need to go overboard with these. These 2, Duress and Kite Sail freebooter, totally they're like 6 removal, and 2 Divest and 4 cast down in total makes 6 removal for creatures. You have 6 for each here, and then later on, of course, you have the Eldest Reborn. Moving on, I have 2 negates here, and the negates are really, really good, I think, in the current meta. There's a lot of things that you want to counter, and there's also you want to protect your obsession, and you can't run too many spell pierces. When you run like a 4-pack of spell pierces, then even in best of 1, your opponent start, thinking that, oh, maybe he has spell pierce, and he starts playing around it, and that can be a good thing. But if you only have 1 in your deck, then when you've shown it once in best of 1, if he keeps playing around spell pierce, well, that's that's a problem for him, not for you, because you don't have any more spell pierces. But you need some way to ensure that you can counter whatever removal they use for your Curious Obsession or other stuff. But it's not super important for this deck to keep its Curious Obsession. It's got so many ways to get ahead. It's just an added bonus, I think, to be able to put down a Curious Obsession on either Pilfering Imp, a Kiteset Freebot, or even the Burglar. I think that's a valid option as well for it. Excuse me. Also got a Search for Ascanta. I think having 1 Search for Ascanta if you splash blue is just a good idea. Usually blue decks run a lot of non-creature cards, so it's never bad to have it in your deck. And you never want to draw into multiples of this, but, yeah, having 1 of it is just amazing, I think. Cast Down. This is the card that I said we're gonna replace this for exile target, non-land. No, it's target non-basic land permanent or whatever it says on that green-black card. That's what we want to replace the cast downs with, but we're not really there yet, so we have to stick in there with these cast downs until I got the lands in order, the green lands. So maybe when Ravnica Allegiance comes out, I'll be able to publish a version of this deck where I've also splashed some green. I know it's a bit greedy to go for all those colors, but I think I can go down a little bit in red mana, because getting out Nicol Bolas, while nice, it's not really necessary in most games. Like if you don't get it down on your 4th turn, if you need to stall to your 6th turn, that's usually fine for your Bolas. So I think I can get away with it, since there's only 2 cards really that I need to splash another colored mana for. And also when we get the green-blue search card, where I can look at the top 5 cards of my library, I can usually I think select the get the green land that I want, because I can play it with the blue mana as well, and blue mana, there's plenty of blue mana in this deck to be able to play that. Also got a single Azor's Gateway. I included it more for fun in the beginning. I built it because I had another mythic wildcard and I wanted to try something out. I've already tried a lot of the higher end creatures, and I haven't really liked anything except for Mr. Bolas here. I think the Surveil one only works in a Surveil deck, basically. If you're not surveilling, if you're not gaining full advantage of that Surveil, I don't think it's especially good. But having 1 Azor's Gateway is really nice. Again, it's a legendary, so you don't want to draw multiples. At least you got the benefit, if you have multiples of Azor's Gateway, that you can put Azor's Gateway under Azor's Gateway, so it's a great way to get rid of itself. I don't really need the mana in this, and it's rare for me to ever flip this, but being able to filter a card per turn for only 1 mana is so crucial, especially in this kind of deck where I'm looking for the right kind of cheap removal, the right kind of answer all the time. So I think this has worked really nice, and I think this is staying in the deck now that I've tried it out a lot. Other than that, we got 3 Plague Mares. This is another creature. I don't really want to have this in the deck, but I feel like I kind of need it. There's so many matchups where this is invaluable and this just wins you the game. Still, that's the case. So we got 3 in here. Maybe I can go down to 2 when I got the search card that I mentioned earlier. But for now we're staying with 3. Got a Sigil Sword of Valorn as well. This card has worked so amazing great, since all our creatures are so small. This can put a very fast clock on your opponent, and most opponents can't even remove this ever. They don't have any way in their deck to remove an artifact, so this usually stays and usually gets the job done in time. Sometimes you can even be, go aggressive very early with the sword and start slashing away with it. Still got 2 Nicol Bolases here. I want to run 3 of this, but the problem is that I keep drawing all my copies of Nicol Bolas. It has happened multiple games, and just frustrated me to the point where I took 2 out. I got to 4 of them. I've created 4, but I've gone down to 3 and now down to 2 because I don't want to ever draw multiples of this. Even though this is great, if one is down on the board and I can't flip it, it kind of blocks the other Bolas, so it's not amazing really. Eldest Reborn, yeah, this is still the best card in the game. The problem is I don't want to draw multiples in my starting hand as well. That's why it's down from 4 to 3. If I could ensure that I didn't draw this in my opening hand, if it had like a clause, if you draw this in your opening hand and replace it with a card, with another card or something from your deck, yeah, then I would always run 4 of this. But it really hurts this deck if you don't get off early with these things here, if you don't get an advantage early. If you draw into, you know, only Eldest Reborn, Bolases and Swords, you're in a lot of trouble. So I needed to go down to 3 here. Got 22 lands, and that's usually enough. We got a lot of filtering and card drawing with the Curious Obsession, and most of our mana curve is, you know, very, very low. If we have a look at the mana curve here, it's something like, yeah, 0 to 1 drops, yeah, there's 13 and there's 16 2 drops, so it's not hard for this deck to even survive on a low land count when you get land stalled, and that's something that's really important, I think, in Magic. And the more you play, the more you realize you need to have a game plan which doesn't, you know, require you to draw into 4 lands, because quite often you'll just draw 3 lands and then you'll be stuck 5-6 turns not drawing any lands, and you're always thinking like, this is so improbable, it can't happen. This has to be a one-time thing, but it happens again and again and again and again and again. You draw 3 lands and 5-6. I think the longest I've gone was 10 turns without a land, 10 or 12 turns. Just happens that sometimes you don't draw land for a long time. So being able to you know, leverage that good starting hand that you get on a MTG Arena, I think is really important. I think that is really one of the strengths behind this deck. So, with that introduction out of the way, let's take it for a spin. So, yeah, accidentally won a game there. My opponent land stalled and he didn't draw into a second land before, or a third land before I had basically swarmed the board and taken over the match. So that game will probably not be included. Instead, we're looking at this hand. Curious Obsession, Pilfering Imps, Divest, yeah. This has all the components that I'm looking for in a starting hand. Let's see what he starts off with here. If we're starting off with the Imp or Divest, probably the Divest, yeah. Green-white usually has a lot of creatures. Let's check out that hand. Okay, a Plaka Worm, Cleansing Nova, okay. So this guy is Naya Ramp, it looks like. Probably want to start discarding his hand then. Here, do we go for the Imp or the Rat? I think we need to go for the Imp. Hopefully we'll draw into some kind of... hopefully we'll draw into another land next turn, then we can go Duress and Pilfering Imp, and probably kill off his hand completely. But if that doesn't happen, if he taps out for some reason, we can just go for a Curious Obsession into Duress. Yep, he tapped out. That's good for us. So the question is... yeah, I think going for a Duress here seems pretty nice. Let's see what is keeping in there. Path of Discovery, Lava Coil, Cleansing Nova. Yeah, it's probably the Lava Coil that has to go here. And then there's the question. Oh, it's not much of a question because I don't have another black, I realized. Okay, so then we're putting on the Obsession. And he will have to clear the board next turn if he wants to get rid of the Imp. take that action, draw a card. We also need the mana here. I don't think he really wants to go for a Nova here, if he can avoid it. Yep, he's looking for more ramp. Don't know exactly what his threats are, but I'm guessing those are very hard to deal with for this hand, which doesn't have much removal. We need some creature removal, I guess. Let's attack first and see what we draw. Let's draw a card. Okay, so Nickel Bolas is pretty nice, but we need to get rid of that pesky cleansing Nova first, else we won't be doing much. Let's see what he gets rid of here. Okay, so he's keeping the Nova, so the Nova is definitely coming down next turn. So we're keeping the Bolas here. And see what it does. Will he clear the board? We've already drawn enough cards, I think, of the... Oh, okay. That's pretty good for us, because that means we can go Bolas next turn and get rid of his Nova. Nova! And even keep up mana for a Spell Pierce if needed. Yeah, I think it's worth paying the life. That one mana might... That Spell Pierce might actually save us, depending on how expensive cards he got in his hand. I don't know what he plays, but... if there are non-creature spells that we might want to counter, then okay. Can't counter that, so yeah, that resolves. Doesn't have any way to gain life though, so it doesn't... Oh, we can pay the 4 mana here. That's the only way. We are, let's see, we have 5 mana, so we need 2 more to be able to flip the Bolas. Let's play this out. And let's swing in. And end of turn, my opponent probably creates a token here, would be my guess. And then attacks with a token. I'm not too concerned with these tokens if he... we can clear them up with the Plague Mirror, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. The problem is what he might draw into here. He draws into something good. So I'm guessing no blocks here. We can equip the sword next turn on the rat and go to town. Go to Rat Town. Would be nice if he tapped out for some non-creature spell here. But he's playing 5-color druid, whatever that means. 3 mana left, so can't do much else. Yep. We'll have to let it resolve, unfortunately. So, let's start the beatdowns. A lonely burglar rat. Yeah, let's pay 2 life. Then the question is going for the Imp Spell Pierce or the Plague Mare to clean up that token. I think cleaning up that token should be the best course of action here, because he can't create another since he only has 3 mana up, so I think this is fine. We are tapped out though, so might come back to bite us that we don't have the Spell Pierce up. We'll see. We'll see what he plays. It's really nice to have a Sigil Sword of Valoron versus the Seal Away deck. Having everything have vigilance really protects against the Seal Aways, since you never need to tap out. It's one of the weaknesses, I guess, with that card. Ooh, that's a good draw he managed to get. And another land was not exactly what we were looking for here. But he is under very much pressure here, so I think going for an all-in attack is fine. He will have to block our burglar rat here, and that's something that we are fine with. I'm thinking I want to play this out and also equip our imp, I guess. Yeah. And then we end the turn. He does have mana to create one chomp blocker, but that's about it. If he draws another land, he can create another. Do we spell pierce here? Yeah, I think we do. This is a very crucial turn, so having him waste even more mana is relevant, I think. Because now we can't create any tokens. So I think this is the right action. Now he only has 3 mana to work with, and he can attack him with the Carnage Tyrant, but then he's not blocking, and he's at 4, so... he has another... he can block 2 creatures. So yeah, it's a close game. He can't attack with the Carnage Tyrant or he's dead. Okay, no blocks. I think he messed up there. I don't see how he's getting out of this alive. He can block the Plague Mirror, but it's taking 6, so... Yep. Yeah, he's dead. Unless I'm an idiot. I missed something. That happens from time to time. Yep. Still dead though. He's not even here. Oh, we can't block the Plague Mirror. I realize now, because it's a white creature. So he was dead anyways. Even if he wouldn't have. Oh, I guess then he could have blocked it with the... Yeah, nice win. Yeah, I unfortunately had to remove that last game. I mulled down to 4 cards and still couldn't play the cards in my hand, so... yeah, I don't think those games are even worth playing out. If you mull down to below 4, it's not even it's not even a fair game in any kind of way. If you're against anything but a starter deck, you probably won't have a chance on a mull to 3, I don't think. This, on the other hand, is a nice hand, so let's keep that. Let's start off with the Divest, yeah? Seems like the Vampires deck. Be my guess. Ooh. Or something else, and something spicy. Yeah, I guess getting rid of that treasure map is probably where we want to be. But on the other hand, let's view Battlefield here. Unless he controls a plains or a swamp, so you can't play this unless he draws into something. And here we can get rid of the Squire. No, I probably want to take Karn with the freebooter, so yeah, take treasure map, that's better. Yeah, let's pay more life, why not? Question is though, he probably will Golden Demise, but all his creatures have 2 toughness, so he's killing all his own stuff as well here. Now it's more likely to go for Plague Crafter though. Let's keep the Karn away for a little moment. Okay. So here we got the cast down available and the spell pierce. Yeah. Let's keep the cards up, the cast down and the spell pierce, and just end the turn. Next turn we have a Bolas coming down. If we can get rid of the Chupacabra. He has a Plaguecrafter also though, but he's probably wasting something here. That one I can spell pierce, so no, that's not happening. Hopefully he will be desperate enough to kill the freebooter with the Chupacabra next turn. That would be ideal. But we're putting down the Burglar Rat. And since we don't have anything to play, we can just fake another Spell Pierce or something with a... Let's see what he throws away here. Ooh, interesting. His Plaguecrafter just got worse though, but he's keeping that in his hand, so... Interesting. Yeah, attack in. We won't block with it, so... No blocks. He's not playing out his Chupacabra. So I guess I'll go for... No, I guess I'll keep the mana up. And then, on his turn, go for a cast down. Let's put a reminder. Put a little alarm there, so that I don't forget what to do. He might be... Ooh. Interesting, okay. Bloodfast is down, so I guess he doesn't have any more lands. Let's kill this. Here we might be fine actually putting down, since he won't have enough mana to draw off out of the Bloodfast and kill the Bolas, and Bolas also gets rid of a card, so I think putting this down should be fine here. And we got the Eldest Reborn to bring it back, so we got a lot of nice plays coming up. Bloodfast isn't the strongest if you're behind. You're behind on life. Yep. Let's put down the Eldest Reborn. See what he thinks about it. Yeah, using the Bloodfast now is pretty much out of the question. This should be very much close to a done deal this game. Yeah, we got his Chupacabra out. Does he go for the Bolas? No, he does not. It's the freebooter. He really wants his Karn, it seems like. Yeah, we know he doesn't have any other creature. We might as well go for a killer. And then, if we want to, we can bring it back. He doesn't have any creatures to sacrifice, so... yeah, that should be it. Even if he would have drawn into our removal there, we can just get our Bolas back, or his Chupacabra. And yeah. Good game. So, let's go for another. Another game. Another day, another game. Yeah, I really like this list, and since I've got the curve down on this list to mostly 1 and 2 drops, I think this list has really been performing very, very well. Over expectation. I don't keep all the games in, but there's a lot of... Oh, this hand though. I said I was, bragging about my low curve, but keeping a 1-lander is still, I think, if I can avoid it, a no-no. Okay. This is a weird hand, but I guess I'll keep it. Another land? No. Some action, please. See what our opponent is on here. He's Key. It's a very anonymous name, I think. Maybe he doesn't want to share too much about himself. Or maybe has some kind of special relationship with Keys, I don't know. Let's see if he's playing white. If he is indeed a Yanni, or if he's another imposter. He is playing white. Okay. Then maybe our Plague Mirror will be exactly what we need here. Yeah, we might as well just put it into play tapped. We don't have anything to play, so. Ooh. If he doesn't put down a Loxodon next turn, I think we might win this. If he puts down a Loxodon though, we are in big trouble. Oh, this feels so good. Feels like cheating. Feels like I'm cheating this game. Plague Mirror and then Obsession on the Plague Mirror. This can't be nice to be on the receiving end of this. Having your board cleared. Yep. What the hell? Who runs negate into Plague Mirror? This guy. Yeah, we got coins, but I'm saving those for Ravnica Allegiance. It's a pitiful saving just 2,000 gold. But that's you know, that's your free to play savings right there. Okay, Imp, Plague Mirror. If we draw into another land, it's good. If we don't draw into another land though, this might get tough. Let's keep and see. Let's see what our opponent is on here. If he's on a very fast plan, yeah. Red. This will be trouble, I tell you. Yeah, we need something to ensure our land drops, even though we were against mono red here. It might not be mono red though, it could be Drakes. If it's Drakes, we have a much better matchup probably. Oh, it's mono red, alright. No? Is he not playing anything? What is this? Yeah, that's graveyard, we need a land. That's all we're looking for. Okay, so I guess we'll go for an imp here. Have too much else. We need that land. What is our opponent playing? Is he playing red control? Has red evolved? Is Riley the... Ooh. Yeah, library on this. To put down a sword. Okay, no, it's some kind of Drake's deck then. Plague Mirror versus Sword. Sword doesn't really do anything without a creature. Goes without saying, but... Yeah, I feel better having the sword down for some reason. So that when I get to my Bolas or my Eldest Reborn or something, Plague Mirror won't do anything anyways against this. It's just a 2/2 creature against the Drake deck, unfortunately. Next turn I'll probably put down the Plague Mirror though, just to lure out some removal before Mr. Bolas. Okay. Or I'll kill that, I guess. Put that into play tapped. Kill off the Crackling. Another land, and we can reborn whatever Drake he puts down. Maybe, if he doesn't have a spell piercer though. Land would be nice. Yes, please. Let's hope to God he doesn't have a spell pierce. Does he have it? Seems like he doesn't. Seems very much like he doesn't. Then he will be sacrificing that Drake. Another Drake. They keep on coming. Yeah, so another removal maybe. Let's see what we find here on the top. Yeah, I think we need removal. So, graveyard. Ooh, and removal we got. So, maybe I shouldn't play this first. Maybe I should have played the cast down in case he has that spell pierce. He might have it. He threw away a dive down. He probably has another dive down. But we'll try. Yep, he had it. He had it all along. Yep, that's getting coiled. Fortunately for us, we're getting a Drake of our own here, it seems like. Let's see. Divest. He could have a Bolas. Not a Bolas, a Niv Misset. So this could be worth keeping. Yeah. Yeah, checking out that hand doesn't seem too bad. And yeah, and drawing another card seems fine as well. Ooh, yeah, let's check out that hand. See what he has. Cooking. Okay, so a lava coil, a dive down, and expansion explosion. Yeah, we have a Drake to block the Drake now. Maybe we just equip the sword here. Forces him to go for the lava coil. We take 5 and then we put down the Bolas. That's not great though. I think using this is probably the best we can do here. Try to get him down to a low amount of cards, if possible. Yeah, the dive down is not a possibility anymore. That's good. And we got the Bolas. This could be alright. If we drew into another Eldest Reborn, that would probably seal up the game, I think. Yep. Taking 6 damage here. 7. That's a lot. We are vulnerable to the expansion explosion now. Let's see what we find though on the top. Yeah, this is graveyard. Please transform. Please. So, he got the expansion explosion, but he can't pay that much for X. So, let's see if we do this. No, let's first equip the sword, I guess. No. let's see. We want these 4 mana, right? So we want to tap this and this and this and equip this to the Burglar Rat. See what kind of tricks he has. Nothing yet. Let's attack in. Okay, so we had a shock. That's fine. We'll then go for the Bolas on his last card, and hopefully if we block the Drake, that will be good enough for us to stabilize. Yep. Let's see what he drew into. Yeah, he will attack here, I guess. So we're blocking. Did he draw into the dive down? No, he did not. Chemistry's Insight. Charter Course. Yeah, he's digging. The dig game is on. We got an Imp. It's a pretty nice card to draw into. Let's have a look though at the top. Okay, nothing. That's too bad. Let's put down the Imp. He was lucky to not get a land there and actually get a good draw, but we might stabilize with this Imp unless he starts drawing into action here. He did draw into action, unfortunately. Yep. Another land is not what I needed here. Can we find a removal? Duress isn't good enough. Yep, unfortunately. A good game though, but... Yep, good game I think, but we needed more removal. We drew into a decent amount of removal there. Maybe I could have done something differently also. That I didn't think about. But fun game. Fun game. I think our opponent enjoyed it as well. Okay, search for Ascanta, divest, Burglar at Plague Mare. Yeah, this seems fine. Fine keep. I would love to check out that hand. Ooh, yeah, I know these guys are a lot of trouble to deal with, so let's get rid of one of those. So, do we go for a rat here? Yep, I think we do. Need to try to do as much damage to that hand as fast as possible before he starts putting down stuff on the board. Sleep is gone. Yeah. If we're really lucky, we can get into a trade here, but I don't think he's going to block. He's going to see through. Yeah, he wants nothing to do with that. Yeah, we need to draw into some kind of removal. So I think the Ascanta is what we need here. Weaver comes down. Our Burglar Rat doesn't untap, sadly. Eldest Reborn. No, we need something faster, I think. We need a cast down. Yep, let's graveyard that. Not exactly what I wanted. We could go for a... but he will probably play the Oracle, so we need more bodies down on the board. Have to go for this now. Here having a more potent removal spell, like a red removal spell, ooh, would have been great. Yeah, it is. Still no blocks. We're getting beaten down. No graveyard. We need... Can we even survive? Let's check out that hand first. Yeah, there's a spell pierce. Might not... Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. We need to draw into cast down basically to stabilize here. Yeah, we need to start sacrificing stuff. Yep, I guess this is what we do. Can we survive with a Bolas? Maybe we can survive one turn, so I guess we take it. Maybe one turn. See? We will lose something to this, so we'll have to block everything. No attacks. We are so close to dead here. Yeah, he got us. Ooh, and another... He drew all! Yes, he drew all Mistbinders. Oh, GG. Well drawn. The Merfolk deck is pretty good if you only draw Mistbinders. Let's do another game. Yeah. Carnage Tyrant is still a problem if they get a lot of other dorks down to protect it. I guess we got the gateway, so if this is not a creature deck that we're up against, we can always move those out of the way. So, I'm keeping. Probably opening up with the gateway here. Next turn we have a couple of options. We'll see. You might think that we're some kind of weird combo deck now. We might play differently even. It's one of the advantages with playing Azor's Gateway. Everyone suspects some kind of combo. Okay. Do I want to look at the top card? I think I have a pretty nice hand here, so I think keeping up the cast down is better. Yeah. Chupacabra. So I guess our imp is dying then. We'll remove the first branch walker. He will have recursion unless we... Yeah, I guess I pay 2 life here. And go for the imp. He has a lot of action here. Can either slow him down by taking his creatures, or we could go for the long-term strategy and take a Find Finality. Yep, I think that's fine. And then we're passing with a cast down. We'll see if this gets bigger than the Branch Walker, then we'll kill that, otherwise we'll kill the Branch Walker. Yeah, so I guess this guy is dying then. Taking 3, that's fine. Ooh, didn't draw into a land there, that was real bad. Sword versus Imp. I mean, he's got the Chupacabra, so an Imp doesn't do too much here. Might as well put it under, I think. Put out the sword. We are in trouble here. If we had drawn into a land, we would have been in good shape. Not drawing into a land there hurt us a lot. Yep. Because now the army of idiots that he doesn't need is down. Yep. This Eldest Reborn is much worse than it would have been otherwise. But we need to start the Eldest Reborn train here. What? Oh, he wants the mana. Okay. Branchwalker. Ooh. He has a way to deal with enchantments. Not liking that. No. I mean, guess we continue. We've drawn all our Eldest Reborns here, so guess we continue playing Eldest Reborn. There's not too much else to do, really. We are very close to dead. But we got a train of Eldest Reborn slowly ticking up here. We'll see what he goes for. Might kill off a Reborn. Which one though? Which one will he kill? Will he kill some? Yeah, we're taking damage. The Brontodon, which is it attacking now? Which one? Okay. Get rid of his Chupa. And this could maybe bring us down to 1 HP. We'll see. We'll see which one is sacrificed. Okay. So we'll have 2 HP maybe. Maybe. Best case scenario. Yeah, the Folly is probably getting sacrificed here, would be my guess. Probably getting Chupas. Okay. So, yeah, the Chupas are the only thing that can save us now. So. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly the creature I want to destroy. Discards a card, doesn't do anything. Can look at the top card. Burglar Rat. I mean, still better than a swamp, so yeah. Putting down this. Doesn't do anything, but I mean. And equip it to the rat. Have another blocker. Seems fair enough. Yeah, he's definitely bringing back something with his Folly here. What is he bringing back though? A Chupa? Chupa would be good for him. Yep, Chupa. That would have been my guess as well. He is lacking black though. No? Look at his lands. He doesn't have enough. Ooh, he fucked up. He can't play it. Yep. That's not where you want to be. So I guess... Guess the Branchwalker. else would I? I can't. I want to gain life, but there's nothing that explores that I can get now. Now that I've used all the other Reborns. So yeah, I guess the Brontodon. And then we can go for a attack here. I guess I should have checked this earlier. Okay, I'd rather have a freebooter than a duress, so let's see what the freebooter can find. If anything. Yeah, that contempt seems delicious. And let's end the turn. We have a lot of power now down on the board. He got his black mana. So we can't play the Shupa, but what will he kill? I guess the freebooter. To get his Raska back. Maybe I should have kept the duress. No, it's going for the Brontodon. Yep, I guess that's fine. So here... Oops, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. That might cost me. I think I'm fine going for... yeah, this is Vigilance, so why not? Let's keep down a rat. I don't know what he has, but might have something. Here we have the ability to gain some life. Ooh! Nice win. So, let's see if we can get that last pack, the 10th pack. I think that's what we'll settle for today. A lot of good matches, actually. A lot of wins. A lot of wins. Mostly wins. Nice. Been playing more experimental decks, and they've not exactly performed all the time, so... it's nice to have a deck that... Every time I say something like that, I get a hand like this. Like, what is this? One land. Mulligan? I mean, this isn't great, but it will have to do. We need more land. We don't want another land that comes into play tapped, but... this will have to do. We'll see what it plays here if I go for a divest. If it's a white deck, for instance, I'll probably go for a divest. Okay. Against that kind of deck, I think I'm fine putting out a Source Gateway. Filtering cards is probably more important against the Drake deck than going for an early divest. He might not even have a creature. Oh, I say that, and then you go for an Electromancer. Okay. Yeah, let's check out that hand then. Another Electromancer. Let's filter some cards. Question is what we remove here. It's got enough ways to deal with the freebooter, I think. I think it's better to go for a rat here. Most Drake's decks usually take out the Electromancer, but some keep it in. Sometimes a good card. Sometimes it pays off. Okay, so he's at 3 mana. Probably won't be killing us with the Electromancer, so I'm not too worried about that. I do want to check out his hand though. So let's go for a check that hand out. It's a lot of shorter courses, and those are... I'm probably more worried about those than shocks and lava coils, to be honest. So, yeah. Then this can come into play. Untap. Let's check what we have on the top here. Sulfur Falls, I guess is better than Steam Vent since we have an island, so put this under. See what it throws here. Probably... yeah. I would have guessed so. Lava coil. It's good against our Bolas, but against everything else his shock will do, so... Ooh. Place it now? Ah, okay, it's a Phoenix deck. Interesting. And he can get it. If he wants to. Can just, yeah, opt into shock. He has his Phoenix. Yeah, and there the Phoenix comes to deal big damage. Yeah, I guess we go for Eldest Reborn. There's not too much to that, I guess. If we're lucky, we might draw into a removal to where we can kill the Phoenix and bring him back on our side instead. That would be very, very good. Didn't sacrifice the Phoenix, that's interesting. Probably means he can't bring it back with the cards that he has in hand. Okay, will I discard? Let's look. Ooh, yeah. I'd rather have a nickel Bolas than a water grave, that's for sure. Oh, Crackling Deck, that's really nice. That's turning up on our side of the board, hopefully. Ooh, he drew into a lava coil. That's nice for him. Luckily enough, he can't... Do we go for the Phoenix though, or do we go for the Crackling? That's the question. Crackling or Phoenix? Phoenix does block his Phoenix. But this guy can block. Yeah, I think we're going for Crackling. That block seems really good, and drawing another card. Yeah, let's check out the top card. Kitesail Freebooter doesn't have any cards in hand, so that shouldn't be too useful. What do we have? Exiled. A land and a freebooter, so yeah. Yeah, let's take an imp. Let's go for an Ascanta. And yeah, just pass the turn. We're down a bit low. If he runs any kind of burn, you know that he runs shock, but if he runs any more potent burn, he can probably burn us out from here. Unless we flip, of course. Flip the gateway. Ooh. Do we even want that? Maybe we do. Could start beating him down if we play that out. Yeah, I guess library. Let's check out the top card. Eldest Reborn. Maybe now I'd go for the freebooter, take his last card and then Eldest Reborn next turn. The sword is really nice. It could beat him down. It's unlikely that he has enough gas, though, to draw into another Phoenix with what he has. So, but if we put a 3 mana, yeah, I am a bit worried about that card. Let's see if my worries were. Yep, I messed up. Yep, no way to know that though. No attacks. And a scoop. Did he see what we had in hand? Is that why he scooped? Yeah, next turn if he drew another land there he probably was screwed, but nice. Yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching.